Hello everyone, Lisa here for the Graphics Fairy. I'm so glad that you're joining us. Today I'm getting started on my February junk journal pages. And if you've been following along with this series, we've been turning an old book into a junk journal. And I previously posted videos on how to embellish the cover, how to prepare the pages, and last week I created my January page layouts. So if you've missed any of those, you can go back and find them on our channel and get caught up. But today I'm excited to share some fun ideas with you for these February pages. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I did was to sit down and really brainstorm about what I wanted to include in the bundle. I thought about what February means to me, and the things that I conjured up were snow, which so far we really haven't had much of, but I'm hopeful. And with that comes mittens, hats, snowmen, sledding, some hot cocoa. And then when I come indoors, I think of books, maybe a fireplace, some hot tea, my cat snuggled up on the couch next to me. And those are all things that make me happy. So I started looking for images to use. I went on the premium site and I ran a search on each of those ideas. And then I also browsed all of the images and printables, and I just printed out a big batch to use. And I also decided on a color scheme, and I was inspired by some of the images. I chose robin's egg blue and a bright cherry red, and this is one of my favorite color combos. I think it's so bright and cheerful for wintertime especially. And so I found these papers to use, and I also looked through my craft stash, and I found this old piece of quilt, and it had those exact colors in it. So I'm going to try to add that in somewhere. So it's all coming together, and I did find this bundle called the Hand-Drawn Winter Elements Bundle, and they have these cute little line drawings. Here are mittens, a mug with, I'm imagining, cocoa, a hat, a tea kettle, and a sled. So I've decided to hand paint these, and I have this brand new kit that I haven't even broken into yet. One of my kids gave me some watercolor paints for Christmas, so I'm going to be using these, but you could also, of course, use colored pencils or pastels, markers, whatever you have. But I'm excited to break into these today, finally. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay, so let's start with the mittens here. And I think I want to paint those a bright cherry red. So here is this is a scarlet red. I'm just going to put a little tiny dab on my palette. And I think I have showed you guys these water pens before. These are filled with water, and they make watercolor painting so easy. You can just give the pen a little squeeze and dip it into the paint, kind of loosen the paint up a little bit. And then I'll just get started painting these in. And since I'm going to be cutting them out, I don't have to be terribly careful about, staying within the lines. But this is such a fun thing to do on a cold winter day. It's been really gloomy here this week. Today the sun finally came out, thank goodness. Okay, then let's get this one. And I'm going to cut off the string here. It's just too thin to really fussy cut, and I can easily add it back if I want to, just with a marker. So I'll just go ahead and paint the mittens here. And what I like about these water pens is that they're really easy to clean out. You don't need a pot of water. You can just, I'll show you, paint do your painting. And I really like the way that hand painted images look in your junk journal. I think they look really fun. All right, maybe a little bit deeper red here. Okay. Now when you want to switch colors, all you have to do is, here's an old towel, and just squeeze your pen and wipe it on the rag, and it cleans off so easily. And then you can just switch to your next color. So let's see. Where's the hat? Let's do the hat. Okay, guys, look how cute these turned out. I think they're really sweet. I think these would be a fun thing to do with kids also. So let me move those out of the way so we can get started. Everything is ready now. Oh, and I wanted to show you a little something I did on this one. This was a tip, I think it was Kelly from Book and Paper Arts in one of the tutorials on the membership site. She gave us this tip where, you know, just when you have an inside cut to make like this, just cut through it, and then you can easily cut that out and then just reassemble it when you go to glue it down. So this tip is going to save me a lot of time, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not thinking of it. But okay, so let me move this back out of the way, because the first thing that I'm going to do is do my little label for the top. And I just have my little calligraphy pen again. I used this one last week, and I'm using the tiny pointed end again. But this time I'm just going to freehand it. Okay, so that's going to be the sort of page header for me. Okay, so I cut a little piece of that quilt that I had, and I had to remove the backing and the padding from the inside of it. I'm going to make a little pocket out of this. So I'm just going to put some glue. You know what? I want to use fabric tack for that. Let me grab that. Okay, I'm back, and I have some tacky glue, which is a pretty thick glue. And I'm going to go ahead, last week I showed you this cardstock that I cut. I like to put this between my pages whenever I'm doing a page, just in case I get some glue somewhere where I don't really want it to. I don't want it to stick down all my pages behind. So I'm just going to put this down. So that top there is open pocket. Okay, that's pretty good. And then I have this strip of blue. This is from one of the end paper bundles. And I'm going to go ahead and put some Mod Podge on this guy. Should work. And I think I'll put this right here. So I just tore that edge. Okay. And I have this cute kitty, which reminds me of my cat. And I want to just distress ink that a little bit around the edges. That should be good. And so I'm going to give her some glue. I'll put her, I want to put that label at the top too. So where's my label? Yeah, that should work. I think I'll do that. There we go. Get some right here. Okay. And I have some little blue flowers that I cut out. So I think I'm going to stick those right here. Something like that. And I'm not sure, I might add a little more to that. Let me do this side and then I'll decide. Oh, one other thing. From one of the quote bundles, I cut out this little type that says love. And I want to put that on her little sign. It is February after all, right? There. That's pretty cute. Okay, then I have this piece of script which I tore and I just stuck it in a little bit of coffee. You know, coffee dyeing is really quick. I think it's quicker than tea dyeing. This only took about just 5 minutes to tea dye, so I just stuck it in a little bit of leftover coffee from the coffee pot and it's all ready to go. So I'm going to put this here, I think. And if you don't get your edges glued up really well, I always just like to take my brush and shove a little under there and then do a little on top, because when it dries, it completely disappears anyway. So you can always put some Mod Podge on top if you need to. And that's going to have some crinkles there, and I don't even mind it. I think it's kind of a cool look, so that works for me. And then, okay, so let me go ahead and put some more Mod Podge here, because I'm going to put these mittens here. I'm going to put these guys right here. And you can draw the string if you like, or you could get an actual piece of string and glue it down. That would be really cute. I'm just going to leave this like this for now. And then I have my hat. So let's get that guy glued down. Okay. I think I'll have them overlap just a little bit the script. I like most of the time I like the pieces to overlap a little bit, but not always. Okay. Then, okay, this was Ticket. I think this was from the Mini Ephemera Pieces bundle. So I printed it out a little bit larger than actual size. And I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on that. And I'm going to put that, I think, right here. Yeah. And then I have this pretty bird, which repeats the blue and the red. I'll get some glue on that one. Make this ticket kind of a frame for the bird picture. I think that's probably an old trade card. I just love that. It's so pretty. And maybe the flower here in the corner. Let's, I want the green on that side. I think I want the green next to the trade card there. And let's see. I have this, these are 2 tags that I cut out, and I'm going to glue them back to back and make a little journaling card for the quilt pocket out of these guys. So let's stick those together. And then I can write on one side. There's not a ton of writing space so far on this layout, but the next page, when I do the next page, I can just leave that blank so that, you know, I allow some space, or mostly blank, some space for journaling. And then I thought I would glue the teapot down to that on one side. I'm getting a lot of glue on my fingers. Put the handle on. There we go. So that could go in here. And then, let's see, is this still damp? No. Go ahead and stick some here. And I can put that guy down there. I think that's about it. I may not use these 2 on this page, but I'll save them in my stash. They always come in handy. Do I want to put this stamp here? Or maybe here? Maybe I'll put it like right here. I'm going to use some of this glue runner. I'll stick him right here. And I think that's it, guys. That needs to dry and everything, but there is my first February journal page, and I like it, and I'm excited. Next week I'm going to do a Valentine spread, so I hope that you'll come back for that. And please give the video a like, subscribe here at the Graphics Fairy YouTube channel, and hit the little bell button if you want to get a notification whenever we post a new video. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.